Hey, hey, hey! Hello, hello, hello! How's Drippy Gang doing tonight? Do you have your popcorn? Can you guys hear me? Drop some comments. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. Okay, so I guess, okay, cool. So yeah, just waiting for a couple folks here. More folks. 46 viewers right now. 130 people told me that they'll be there. So let's just wait one more minute. Okay. So 53 viewers right now. All right, guys. So I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna respect the time here. Okay. So as you all know, I am Drippy. Today we're gonna do some whale hunting, weekly recap, market recap, charts I'm watching. I don't think I can cover this in 10 minutes, but we'll see. And then we'll talk about rolling options. A lot of folks asked me about that. And then finally, questions from you guys and some of the things which we might have missed. So let's get this rolling. Okay, so on the screen I have unusual whales. Okay, so if you guys have not signed up for the whales, I will highly recommend to do that. If you are looking for a code, then let me just paste it on the screen for you guys. So that way, if you are signing up right now, you want to do this live with me, then go ahead and do it. So okay, first of all, so my mindset when I'm looking at this hot chain is first I remove hot chain section is right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So yeah, hot chains is right here. So this is where I spend most of my time, and then also on the live flow section here. But since the market is closed right now, we're gonna look at the hot chains. And if you guys haven't seen the strategy for hot chains, so I'm gonna go through it right now. We're gonna see a couple tickers, and keep in mind, I have not done this. I have not seen last week's, the Friday's data. So I'm doing it live with you guys. So we'll explore. I'll show you how I do it every day. So there are a couple of strategies. On the right side we have the hottest chains. So I'm gonna hide the SPY and QQQ because I don't really trade them. But if you do, you can keep them. And there are other strategies for this. This is better for intraday. What I'm looking right now, this strategy works well for, I would say, swing trading, because I think I will explain why later. I think intraday is a little bit trickier because this data is delayed by 15 minutes, the hot chain data. Okay, so first thing I do is I sort things by call premium, and this gives me an idea that what I'm looking for is cream of the crop. in this case. So usually my criteria is I'm looking at like, so this is from yesterday and this is today's call premium. And then I'm looking for highly unusual stuff. So in this case, like, let's look at this, like NGM, right? This ticker, I mean, like 100,000% call volume. This is really odd. But another thing I keep in mind is that, well, 1,000 contracts is not really something like liquid enough. Like even 1,000 retailers. Sorry, my dog is playing with the ball, so don't mind that noise in the background. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, like this is not a liquid contract because, like, let's say 1,000 retailers buy this. I mean, that's just gonna move this. So I'm not looking for something with just very few of these contracts here. But this one looks interesting. So for example, this TTI is like almost 10,000% call volume. And yesterday also the premium call volume was high, and even like this is 100%, 0 puts and 5,500 contracts, right? So this is the first step. So this looks like something I would, pay attention to. So what I do is I go here, and then first thing I look at is how much is the bullish premium. And in this case, it's 83%, right? So that's really good. My criteria is usually 70%. So 5,000 contracts, 0 puts. Look now, next thing I look at is the average. This is 300 contracts on average on 30 days. And like, I mean, this is way above the average volume of that. So this is unusual, right? Now, next thing I look at is what was the performance of the stock. And here, like, look, it was 8% up on the day. So what does this tell me? So now I'm thinking in my mind that were these contracts bought end of day or beginning of the day? Because let's say that someone bought this beginning of the day and they might sell these contracts end of day. So what I want to know is more details into what was the strike and everything else. And then I quickly glance through like what has been the performance last couple of days here, and it looks like it ran 5%. So someone didn't really, not a lot of contracts here, except this day someone bought the dip. Now, two things I will look here. First, I go to the intraday section, and then I look at the flow for this. And I mean, I'm gonna reject this one now because the premium is low. This is $12,000 is like nothing. This is like retail money most probably. What I'm looking for is anything greater than 100,000. So, but these are sweep orders. So yeah, it's good for intraday, but I'm not gonna trade. Plus, the strike is $5. I usually try to trade stocks which are at least like $15 plus, because they have like high market cap and they are liquid enough for us to get better contracts. But I mean, to be honest, if you want to take this trade, you can, because it looks like these were bought end of day, all of these. And next thing I would do is just look at the chart for this, and if there is any catalyst. I mean, the chart actually looks really good, just on a weekly basis. Like, it has a lot of room to go, right? 30% from here. I'm not saying it's gonna do it right now, but so what I do next is just look at the monthly chart. Oh man, look at this. It's like a long downtrend, and now on the monthly it's above all the EMAs, so that's a great sign. I have no idea what this company does, but it looks like, at least I think, in my opinion, in the few coming weeks, it's gonna test like this 420 level again. It has this like a double bottom here on the chart. It's like right on the EMA on the weekly, and then in the daily squeeze here, I guess the earnings are coming. That's the catalyst. And oh, so it's oil. So I mean, if you don't know, all these like oil companies are running hot right now. Oil, gas, and energy are the main sectors. And if you look here, excuse me one sec. So what is this? I don't need this. Yeah. So if you look here, it's kind of like a cup, or you can say it's a head and shoulder, where this is the head, the shoulder, and this is the neckline, and it's about to break out. So I mean, just looking at the chart and catalyst, I would take this trade even though the option contract volume is not that high. So I'm gonna go look back at the open interest just to see if previously these were purchased. But like just looking at the chart in general, the sector, the flow, looks really great. Our profit potential, next thing I would do is like calculate profit potential based on what strikes I have. So for example, let's go back to this and look at the open interest. Wow. So $5 call is actually 12,000 contracts. So this is great, because I was assuming that it was only like maybe 5,000 contracts, but this looks like the open interest is really high. 12,000 contracts is great, because I look for things like that. And this is for December. So let's say that like you're planning to swing this one until December, right? So now how do you calculate the profit potential? Because in my strategy, I'm looking for something which is at least I'm hoping that I get 5-to-1 risk reward. Doesn't mean that I will like take profits at 5-to-1. Just means that I want to get 5-to-1 at least. Just looking at the chart and levels. So let's go back to the chart here. And my first level target would be around this area, like $4, which is around 15% from here. And I mean, December is far away. Oh shit, I shouldn't have closed that. One sec. Yeah, so December is far away, 17th of December. So next thing I would do is I will go here, and I told this regularly on the group that this is the way I calculate all my profit targets. Whenever you see me telling you potential 5x, 3x, this is how I do it. So watch it. Like you guys ask me all the time, like, what strike should I choose? I mean, this just depends on your risk. My risk tolerance is different than yours. Use this to your advantage. It's right here. So for example, here I type TTI, right? And let's say December 17th strike. I choose the $5 call. And now I look at profit potential, right? And this is the chart range. So now let's say that this stock by December goes to $5. That's 50% from here. So now you can see here that it's roughly 400%, which is not bad. Like $5 target is reasonable. If oil and gas continue, let's say that it goes to 4.5. So that's 33%. That's 2 like, this is not risk reward. That's just 200% profit potential. The way you calculate risk reward would be like you look at the downside as well. Let's say that your stop loss in this case, if you go look at the chart here, And like, let's say that your stop is a super tight stop. Let's say I would keep it here, 3.3 level, 3.25, like the psychological level, and also so kind of like acting as a support area here, 3.25. Like this has been previous resistance. And a lot of people ask me, how do I draw demand and support zones? I mean, it's super easy, guys. Like, I don't use any indicator. You don't need it. Indicators would mess you up. Like, you don't need it. So the way it's simple, right? It's on 4-hour time frame. So let's say that you are on a higher time frame. Like, you can see here like how many times this price was rejected here, right? So this is your support area, right? Previous support here, previously rejected here, previously rejected here. So chances are that if it falls back, it's going to come back to this zone. And let's say there are two ways to play it. A safe way would be wait for a pullback to like the CMA. Like, it's already extended from the CMA right now. But this stock has you have to see like the ATR for this stock. So let's say that this is the ATR, right? Let me change the setting one sec so we can see the daily 21. Okay, so like this is the daily 21 on the daily chart, and it's already extended. This is 3 ATR from here. So now what are the, I mean, like in the past, this stock has already it has followed this ATR trail, but when it dropped after the COVID crash, I guess, you have seen it making extended moves. So now, can it go back? Sure. That's like, this is how you calculate, like, what is the chance that it can touch 3.8 level. I mean, in this case, it seems like it can, because always remember that the aggressive moves down can be followed by aggressive moves up. It's just like mean reversion. So next thing I look at is the volume here. I would like to see the volume a little bit more, because the earnings volume was huge, and look at the amount it moved in one day during the earnings. So it has the potential to do that, 32% in a day. So that's huge, right? Now, another thing to note is that, I think I've told this a couple times before, but let's say that you move your date closer, right? Let's say you move it to October 15th. So if I'm moving this to October 15th, if you now look like, this is a mistake a lot of beginners would make, is they will buy October 15th weekly call for $5, and look, what does this show you? There is no way you will be in profit. So don't do that, guys. Don't do it. Don't buy so out of money calls so close to expiry. I mean, this is like just like wasting money. Like, if you want to do that, just buy in the money call, like 2.5. But in this case, your profit is not that much, and IV is so high for $5 in October. So in my case, I mean, IV in general is high for this. I like IV to be around 60. So yeah, I mean, that's what it is right now. So that's why you don't have a lot of profit potential. Let's say that your IV was less. Let's say that your IV was low, right? Yeah. So I mean, your stock in this case has to, like, let's say that it was around this level, right? So yeah, by December 7th, if let's say that the stock is around 5.2, that's potential 400% profit. And let's say your stop was around 3.25 area, like 3.3, that's 50% loss. So does it make sense for you to enter? Is that your risk? Like, it just depends on your risk. Let's say your stop loss was 3.6. So yeah, use that to your advantage. Let's say your stop is 5% to the downside. So in this case, your risk reward is like you are willing to lose 30% of your money to potentially make 350%. So your risk reward in this case is like around 10 to 1. So this is like, yeah, I know some people are commenting that buy shares and sell those calls. I mean, you can do all that, but in my opinion, for small accounts, your money is locked up if you're doing all that. And I've done that in the past. It makes sense for a bigger account to do that, as a passive income. And if your risk tolerance is low, I would say, yeah, buy shares, sell calls, all those things. But my strategy is explicitly for just like naked call buying in the directional call buying, directional movements. So yeah. So next thing is just, what's the perfect entry? You wait for a good entry, but in this case, look, like these calls were bought, like these are sweep orders. So I mean, personally, I would wait for a big order. Okay, so let's see how are we doing with respect to time here. I don't want to extend it. Okay, we still have like 5 minutes. So yeah, let's look at another one. So yeah, I quickly glanced through everything here, and then I'm looking at this like unit, right? 3,000 contracts looks interesting. Although I prefer this to be greater than 10,000, but I would take anything. I would just like look at anything above 5K% just to kind of just like to see if open interest is high. And then this one looks interesting as well. LH looks interesting. So I'm looking for something which is greater than 10,000 contracts, and also something which is greater than 5,000%. So let's see if we can find. So one thing you can do here is that you can select 100, so you don't have to like. Yeah, so WMG is something which I have been kind of seeing a bullish. Yeah, so CLMT, it's nothing is catching my attention right now. So next thing I would do is just like okay, just quickly glancing through this. Nothing is that okay. Yeah, so ABEV looks interesting, and I know the catalyst as well for this. So let's look at this one. STT, 11,000 contracts. Okay, so unit. I mean, it did have a bullish flow yesterday, but yeah, I mean, this not really like that much like call volume. So I'll discard this. I mean, you can do your research, but this is how I'm telling you, like I do. So yeah, this looks interesting because like the average 30-day is 180, and I'm looking at your comments here. I don't understand what people are asking. Which tab is this under? Hot chains. What do you mean? What is under? I don't know. Sorry, I didn't get your question. Yeah, so this is like 3,500% of almost like 3,000% of this volume. So this looks interesting. LH, and I think I know this company as well. So another thing I do sometimes is like, I look at bullish premium, bearish premium, and price. So looks like bullish premium increase with the bearish premium. Okay, so it's not crazy, but let's look at the intraday section here. Yeah, so I mean, the volume for calls is high because someone sold so many calls. but it looks like this is a spread. So yeah, 2022, 21 strike 290. So let's just look at the chart for this one for real fast. Oh man, no, I'm not gonna play this one. It looks like it's in downtrend. I mean, yeah, it looks like someone is trying to catch the knife here. You can draw this demand zone. It has been a previous structure before. This is a double bottom, so it might kind of retest around this area. And the calls are way out of money, 290 calls. So it does have a potential for example. I mean, yeah, it just bounced off from this EMA on the weekly. And so if I were to trade this, I would look for the break of 280 level, and then I'll buy 290 call. And then real fast, November 19th, 290 call and profit loss. So if it goes to 290, it's just 85% profit for November 19th. So I don't really play that because I can make that through scalps. I mean, yeah, sure, you can make that much. But in my opinion, I'm looking for like 5x to 10x potential. So not going to move forward with this one. Let's look at ABEV real fast. And then I'm going to move to the next section. Wow, so now this is pretty, right? Like 3.5, 3.5. Let's look at the chart. What level? What's the current price for this? Oh, wow. Wow. So that's something we want to look for. 3.5 is way out of money. 3.5 is 25% from here. And so I think like this company has some FDA approval due or something. You can do the, so yeah, I mean, one more critical thing I do is I look at that company's like news on Twitter. I look at everything. Right now the chart doesn't look great, to be honest, on a monthly perspective, and also on the weekly it's below these EMAs. And so in this case, like I would buy maybe like 2 to 3 months out. And it's just like this whale, whoever is buying this. So if you look here, ABE, yeah, it's 2023. So this is something which I would not play because this is like 2-3 years. Like this, someone is buying leaps. This is not really something I would look at. So I'm gonna discard this as well. So yeah, so this is how I usually look for swing plays. Sometimes you get really awesome plays, sometimes you don't. That's just how it is. I look for 5x to 10x potential. And next time we're gonna talk about how to trade intraday using live flow and this hot change section. But hopefully you guys liked this. Drop comments below, like if you have any questions, and if I missed anything. And we're gonna move to weekly recap now. Okay, so let's just quickly go through some of the last week's swing plays. So most, I think this one is self-explanatory. I think I alerted this last week. And it moved 10% around last week. the options. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to go that far, to be honest. And you can go watch the previous videos. Like I think it was a phenomenal swing play. Someone is like very fast, not familiar enough. Well, I'm sorry, but live stream has to be time constrained, and I have other videos which I go in depth on a lot of things. So I'll suggest you watch that before. I mean, after this one, so to get familiar with everything else. So intraday and everything else I will cover later, because this I want to restrict this for 20 minutes. And there's a lot of information you can cover. So, but yeah, this was a great setup. I think I overall made like 200-300% on the swing play. I wasn't expecting it to be, because I bought like weeklies, and also I bought October 15th calls, and I'm in the money for them. So I'll sell some of them, and then I think right now it's way too extended, from these EMAs on the weekly, so it needs a pullback. So I'm hoping that it gets a little bit of pullback to around this 38 area, so I can get in. If not, I will just monitor this, because it does. I mean, it can move. It's not like it cannot, but I just feel like risk reward is risk reward is kind of like skewed at this point. So next one is Trip. Now Trip has been consolidating in this tight range for a while, but I mean, look at this. It's kind of like this bottoming out. It's like, and then this is in this zone for a while. This anchored view up from the previous earnings here has been acting as a big resistance, and I'm looking for 37.8 break to get in, but it looks really good, like really primed to break out soon. And the flow has been really bullish on this one, so this is in my watch list for next week as well, because since it hasn't really made the move, and recovery stocks are already like good. They're in this sector is hot right now still. Next one is Yelp. Now I've talked about this for a long time, and we made already a lot of money. We got in around this area. We caught this move, and you can go back and look at my history. But right now, it's kind of like in this pennant, and it's above all these moving averages. So I think if the market is not bad, I think it can break out all the way to and retest this 42 level. The volume here has been more than normal, and the green bars are bigger than the red ones, so that's a great sign. And it's just accumulating right now, and I think, in my opinion, it's just ready to make that big move. It has done that in the past, so it's not like, I mean, if you look at the weekly chart here, it's been in this range forever, and recovery is coming back. Countries are opening their tourism, and Yelp is available in a lot of countries, I think. So more business for them. Let's see. I mean, it can break down as well, but in my opinion, just looking at everything, all the other factors here, it seems like it. I mean, look at this same pattern here. It broke out, and the move was great. So we are already in this trade. You can go back in previous videos and look. Yeah. So Hilton again, I think last week alerted this, and I think it made around 5 to 6% move. My profit target was 143, so I took some profits, but I didn't have a big position in this because it was already extended. But it looks like it's not going to stop. It's in the squeeze. Big accumulation here for a while, and this broke out of this range. So it's very similar to how Netflix did. There's this like trend line resistance. I think my 2-3 weeks target is like 150, which it can do easily. So I'm still in this one. Again, this one broke out of the double bottom W, broke out of this neckline, consolidated a whole week here, looking really good actually. A great entry point if you have missed the previous move. In my opinion, the flow, check the flow for it. In my opinion, the flow was really bullish, and just if it goes down, if it breaks 97 area, then the next support is 95, 92. But in my opinion, this looks really like, look at this double bottom long basing here, just broke out of this base, squeezed this fire to the upside. So looking really solid display. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. MGI. So MGI flow has been really bullish. If you look here, it's been on this like a kind of like this tight range, and it's like a bull pennant here. Look at this bull flag, so pretty. And I think there's a lot more upside here. There has been a lot of good news here, and the flow has been really bullish. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys because I think that's something really bullish. So this is in my top of my watch list. Like, look at this whole call buying going on here for 15th of October, $1.4 million, $45. Wait, someone is getting video buffering. Let me. From my side, everything looks great. Guys, stream is fine for you? Okay. All right. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. Like, maybe my internet is bad, but it looks like it's fine. Everything looks okay. Okay, no issues. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. Okay, but so yeah, I mean, like MGM, I was saying that looks really good. Look at this. You don't get to see all these like major orders bullish. So this is on top of my watch list. I'm already in these calls because when I saw this, I was in. I didn't alert because I was gonna share this in the weekly setups. So yeah, looks great. And then finally, Mattel. Mattel already made a strong move. I didn't get in this one because I'm waiting. I don't trust, I don't get in stocks which are on a downtrend unless, they have some strong catalyst. So it gapped up. So in my opinion, what's going to happen is that it gaps down here. And then I will be looking to buy contracts around 18.5 area. But it has a lot of potential. And I told in the previous video that, once it breaks out, it's going to test this range. I mean, if you look here, it's been in this range for a while. So it's going to test the top of this range, at least in my opinion. So yeah, looks really great. TXN is another one. I'm still bullish on this one. The only problem is that this stock will move with SPY, QQQ, and everything else. So I'm gonna go over a weekly recap later. I think I skipped that section. I forgot. I messed up the order, but it's okay. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Looks like a head and shoulder right now. So I'm not gonna buy calls. I mean, it got rejected here a couple times actually. So I'm not gonna buy anything unless it breaks 198 level. So yeah, just keep this in the watch list. And then HUD is looking really good. If Bitcoin moves, I think HUD is the one which is gonna gain a lot. And it's a Canadian mining stock. I mean, it's in this cup, handle, and just about to break out. So yeah, I mean, if you look here that way, cup, handle, and a breakout to the upside. And everything depends on Bitcoin. I'm gonna talk about that in the next section. MRK. Now, whenever you look at a stock like this and it has gapped up, that's institutional money. So what does that mean? That means that anything below $80, someone's gonna buy the dip. We saw that for CCXI trade here. If you look at the 10 minutes chart here, in the morning it gapped up and someone bought the dip right at the gap. Like if you look at the here 29 level, so pre-market gap. And well, this I think institutional, you need to know that this is institutional money. So in my opinion, it's gonna test the $89, $90. But there has been some bad news. I heard that there was the pill has disadvantage and it's dangerous and stuff. So I don't know how much of that is true. But if it breaks down to 80, below 80, it's a flush down to 78, and then maybe it might fill the gap. So this is on my watch list. Let's move on to Tesla. This is Tesla, you all know, we have been it's in this range for a long time, this channel. So can it go down and test this level? Absolutely, this can do it. But earnings are coming up. What's the sticker? I can't see on my phone. Sorry, bro. Come on the laptop. This is Tesla right now. But yeah, it's been in this consolidation for a while. If you look at the 4-hour chart, 4-hour time frame, has been in this squeeze for a while. So the way I would play Tesla right now, if it breaks above 800 to 805 area, looking for upside to 830, 850, 900. If it breaks below 770, then it's going down and testing this level here. So we can play it both ways. Let's just keep an open mind with this one. Right now, just looking at the EMAs, right now it's just looking strong, and there has been a good news. So I mean, it's just in this range, so we can't really, unless you want to trade the range, and we can trade this intraday, but unless it gets out of this 773 and 800 range, it's just stuck here. And earnings are coming up, so in my opinion, that is a positive catalyst, since the deliveries were good, and also other the Berlin factory news was great. There has been a lot of good news. Yeah. Career Global. Now this stock, what can I say? It's a great short in my opinion, and the reason is that this has been consolidating for a while here. It's a bear flag, and it's in this range for a while. So below 50, it's going down to 48. If you look at the weekly chart, it's a hammer. It's not reverse hammer, whatever it's called, a doji, yeah, I'm never good with these names. But so time frame continuity with monthly it's down, weekly it's down, daily it's down. So looking really bad for this stock, and I think it can go test 45, 47 level. So this is on my watch list, and I think the earnings are coming up, and this company it's related to hiring, and you know that how labor market is right now. So let's see how things progress with this one. If it breaks to the upside like 53 plus, then we'll reevaluate. Okay, so this stock, it was in my one of the previous videos, but it just like went down, but now it's showing strength again. And the spread on this is too wide, I think, widespread, so we need to be cautious about that. We need to buy the dips on this. We cannot, I think, if you want to buy the breakout, do intraday. That's a and then, I mean, like, you can watch the video before, but this is a semiconductor play, and it's been in this range for a long time, and it's in the squeeze. Earnings are coming up. That might be a catalyst. It can fall down as well. There's no guarantee. There's this gap it didn't fill before, so it might fill this gap. So keep an open mind. App, again, like this one, I had a good news that Twitter sold MobiDex to App, and it looks like a cup, like a weird cup in my opinion. And the squeeze this fire to the upside, power gap up, and it's not too far from all-time high. So stocks like setups like these, ideally I would like it to kind of pull back a little bit and give me some good entries. Like a good entry would be around 82 area, or around like 81, 82. But if it breaks to the upside, there's a lot of potential. It broke out with a strong volume. That's a great sign again. So looking really good, and it can make all-time highs, like Affirm did that. So take two. Now guys, look at this. I think I alerted in my last couple videos around this area, and it's been non-stop running since then. So what a great I found it before, I guess, and it ran really hard. I missed the 150 to 155 to 170 move, but it looks good. So in my opinion now, how to play this. This has been this is a long term. This is a resistance. It's hitting the resistance area now. So I think it needs a pullback. So I'm hoping it retests this area. So I think maybe it will come back to 163 area, and I think we can play the downside here. And if it breaks this resistance around like 180 area, then there is more upside. But it does need to pull back because it's just like going non-stop. But I mean, this stock has a habit of just like going non-stop. So let's just see how it behaves. It can be a great swing play. Again, look, like this makes moves here. It goes down, makes moves. So, but I mean, I would like it to retest this level. That way I'm more confident. Are you guys still? Is it still having buffering issues or anything like that? Yeah, there's no way to tell from me. YouTube that way doesn't tell anything. So let me know in the chat below. Okay, perfect, great. Okay, so next one is Veritiv. I've been eyeing this stock forever. I traded this before I kind of was on Twitter. It's been only 3 weeks, but I traded this look at this. Perfect bull flag breakout, and now I think it's cup and handle, and then breakout soon. And this company deals with a wholesale distribution, and that's hot right now. And look, it's a double bottom kind of, and all good on stream. It's good, no buffering for me. Okay, great. Yeah, and it looks like it's bull flag. It's been holding this trend line really well. What a power move on this one. It's a powerful stock. Look at this. I think, what, I'm not kidding, I got this stock at 24 level. I was looking for the breakout, and I've been, ever since that, I've been trading this stock. I think I made a lot of money on this one. just because it's been like so good, you know. Like look at the move here, like 330% in just like 1 year. So it's been non-stop, man. Like this one is one of the best performing stocks. So, and now I think it's about to make a new high, so waiting for the break of like this 98 level. Okay, I think we are kind of stretching a little bit here. We're already 1 hour into charts, so let's quickly go through this. Yeah, so First Solar, we played this before. I think we played this uptrend, sorry, this one, and then got rejected around this area, went back, tested this area trend line, and now it's looking really good. 3 days in a row it's been like, you know, positive, broke out of this range, and you know, it's this channel, and I think it has more upside. It's a solar play, one of the leading solar plays in my opinion, and it just gapped up. That's the only thing, you know. But I mean, I would like it to retest this gap, but let's see. I mean, in the past it has done that, you know. This gap was filled here. There were some other gaps, like this gap was filled, this gap was filled. So will it do it right now? I don't know. I mean, it might go up and then fill it later, but if it goes down, I think that would be a great buying opportunity. 95 level all the way up until 107. So, and premiums on this move like crazy, so we can make a lot of money on this one. This sticker is First Solar, FSLR. Yeah, I mean, look at this chart. Like it just broke out. Looks really good. Okay, so Twitter. Now this is one of the growth stocks, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about growth stocks in a minute. But look at this big bull flag, and I have been open about Twitter that I think this is $100 stock by the end of year. Now let's see if that happens or not. But this is basically a giant cup and handle, and I think it's going to break out to the upside. Just depends on the market. But I mean, there are so many positive catalysts with this one. What happened again? Yeah, so there like a lot of positive catalysts with this one. Chart looks good. I think, you know, just looking at short term as well, it had news that Nigeria is going to allow like, you know, Twitter now. So that's a lot of users, and I told you already that it's also a Bitcoin play now, because it allows Bitcoin tipping, and you know, that's great. You know, a lot of people are from what about the one before? Yeah, it was FSLR. That's correct. Yeah, maybe next time I will tell you the name before showing the chart. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, long term, I'm an investor in this stock. So let's see. It's very similar to what's the Dropbox, I think. If you look at Dropbox, yeah. So look at the Dropbox chart. Like, isn't it similar? So Dropbox also tried to do the same thing. Now it's like cup and handle, and now it's at support, like weekly support area, and also trendline support. So this is also another stock I'm kind of watching. Now, can it break to the downside? Of course, anything can happen in this market. So yeah, and then Good RX is another one I've been keeping an eye on. What time frames cup and handle on for what? Twitter. It's on I think daily, weekly. I mean, it can be on any time frame. That's the way you look at it. But it's on a higher time frame, so we need more time to set up. Yeah. So another one, Good RX. Now, I mean, look at this stock. Like, it's been non-stop since this run. So Now it's around this 0.38 fib level, and also it's triple bottom, and it's on a support area, and the options flow for this one was crazy last couple of weeks, and now it's a pullback, and now it's just consolidating. Now, I mean, you can play it both ways. If it breaks down, not going to happen in my opinion. Very, very strong confluence of demand zone, triple bottom, and also EMA. So in my opinion, there's a lot of upside here, and this is also one of the top stocks on my watch list. And then another one is Confluent. Could you go over how you played CCXI? Bro, I just made the video today morning. Like, go check out my videos about CCXI. Everything is in there. Okay, Confluent. I've been playing this one for a while, and like it follows the patterns. It's a strong IPO name. Not too long, but it follows patterns really well. I like trading this stock. I think I got in around the break of this area, traded this, and then now it's in this broadening formation, and I think there is more upside to this stock. It just depends on the market, but it's a technology stock, so everything depends on the market. And then finally we have Boeing. Now Boeing. Look at this one, so tight. Like, it's just like really good looking chart. Like, no matter how you look at this, you can tell it's a bear flag. But in my opinion, price target was raised. There has been a lot of good news on this one, and it's just been consolidating for a while. I'm waiting for the break of 230. And how long have I been trading? For a while. I'll go over that in another FAQ section, because it's not really related to charts right now, so keep that question later. Okay, so these are the charts I'm watching. It's a lot of charts, but I'm not gonna play all of them, and these are like not really my weekly setups. I might add some, but yeah, I'm watching these. Doesn't mean I'm gonna trade all of them. Okay, so I want to do, it's been 1 hour since that thing, and we also have to do learning session. So yeah, okay, so let's look at quickly market performance, right? Okay, so SPY is not looking good. High volume sell off here. These are, in my opinion, just like how you have pullbacks, this is a bounce, and there's a gap here. I think it will fill the gap, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, it can break to the upside. Of course, anything can happen in the market, but right now, given the circumstances with the inflation data, like the wages are increasing and jobs are actually decreasing. So this is actually double bad news for companies, because they don't have people to hire, and on top of that, they have to pay more to the existing existing employees. So that's gonna cut out their margin. And also there has been news about Fed. Is it Fed gonna taper or not? A lot of bad news with respect to China situation. Now there was this other company which came out is gonna default. So overall, a lot of bad news, and it broke this long-term trend line. Yeah, so look, every time it has broken that, it has done like a 10 to 12% correction. I'm not saying it's gonna crash, of course not, but I think a pullback is healthy, and it's kind of like a head and shoulder here, head shoulder, and then I think a measured move down would be around 400 area. So I think 400 is possible. So keep an open mind with the market. Now if it breaks, the only way I'll be bullish would be that now it regains this trend line and then sets up for a higher move above. But until then, I'm leaning neutral. And then let's go to QQQ. Same chart, pretty much head and shoulder here, kind of like a bounce here, but still under leading EMAs here, broke a long-term trend line. In my opinion, it can correct itself and test this area around 340, 350, and then also around this area 325. Everything depends on the catalysts and like the what's going on with the macro. So, yeah, a lot of supply chain issues. Yeah, a lot of supply chain issues and a lot of issues in general. So yeah, these are not looking healthy right now. And then another thing to look at, the equal weight. Now so this is how you kind of gauge like mid caps or large caps, what's gonna move. So equal weight tells you that like if all these stocks are weighted equally, like what's the performance right now. And it went down, retested, and actually it's performing better than QQs. So it's above these EMAs on the daily. So what does that mean? That means that, small caps might move. High growth names might see decline, but small caps might move. And if that happens, there will be opportunity to play small caps. But yeah, anyway, so keep that in mind. Another thing to notice is that let's look at what was I gonna share? Yeah, put to call ratio for the market. Yeah, so this is not really crazy, right? This is not like March level. This is like overall put to call ratio for the whole market. I mean, this was March back in COVID times. It's been 2.8. Right now, it's not really, like, I don't think this is anything to worry about at all. It's just normal in my opinion. So I don't see a fear. If you look at VIX, it just like went, like if you look at VIX here, yeah, it just got rejected hard again. And it's just went back to the base here, might retest this level again. But yeah, I mean, VIX also is not really, I don't see any fear. And the way you can tell is like, I mean, risk is on right now because Bitcoin is about to break out and go all-time high. What does that tell you? That tells you that risk is on right now. So, I mean, this might be inflation play, so who knows? But I mean, look at gold. Gold is nowhere, right? Usually when people are like risk averse, they start like investing in gold and bonds and stuff. So if your 10-year treasury is kind of a concern right now. So the only way I would be super bearish right now, if 10-year treasury and 1-year treasury both start to increase by maybe 1 or 2%, that would be a concern. Yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth, but right now, gold, just look at this, it's like a cup and handle, massive on monthly. So will it break out? Who knows? But usually I don't, like, people are not buying like these assets right now. So maybe Bitcoin is the new gold, who knows? But yeah, anyway, so this is my market recap. We did the weekly recap. Okay, so let's quickly do the learning session. 9:36, so we have some time. Okay, so options rolling. How's it going, guys? Give me comments. Everything good? So far, we're on the same page. Let me know in the chat. Okay. So how do I explain this? Okay. So options rolling, I told you guys before, I keep telling this. Why is it important? First of all, what is option rolling? Option rolling is basically, let's say that you have weeklies for October 15th for Tesla. And Tesla, let's say that you buy 800 call for Tesla, for October 15th, right? And Tesla goes to 800 and you make money, you're in the money. Let's say that Tesla goes to 801, you made 50%, right? So now, like at this point of time when Tesla is at 800, you will have two questions in your mind: that should I take profits now, let it run, what to do, right? And the best way to play is to take profits and then sell that contract you have and buy another out of money contract. And why is that important? It's important because the further out of money you get, and if the move is in your favor, then you get more profit. So observe this 825 level here, this 231%, right? So you bought 800 calls for October 15th, right? And then it goes to 825. You made 200%. But let's say that you got 825 calls. You will make 400% almost. But your risk is increasing as well. If it goes down, basically you're losing money. So that's why you don't need to go that far, right? I'll talk about how far you should go, but this, like, the further out of money you go, I mean, you can't go too far because then, like, you know, your risk is way too much. So, you know, it's better to stay within like 180 hour of this stock. And for Tesla, it's around, I don't know, like you can check on Finwiz how much it is, but 1 average to range is something which you should look for. Excuse me. Another thing you can do is look at the delta. Let's say you want to roll out to another option. Anything which is above 0.6 delta in the option chain for calls, that's where something I would be open to buy. Like, you know, maybe 840 won't have more than 0.5 delta because it's way too out of the money. So yeah, that's 0.6 plus is a healthy for me. You know, 0.7 plus is better. But yeah, so this is why, you know, like it solves two problems, right? Like you don't want to be too greedy and you don't want to like FOMO. So it can solve both of these problems, right? And there are some advanced concepts like how to roll, when to roll. So I told you about which strikes to choose, right? So there are three ways I choose strikes. First is look at the delta 0.6 plus, look at average true range, and look at open interest. If open, like the strike which has highest open interest, I would go there because it's liquid enough for me to get in fast without slippage. So these three things I look for: which strike to buy, when to buy. Now there are 2-3 ways to do it. You can just sell it, buy immediately. Some brokers allow you to do it in one, one order. You can place both, roll up, like Fidelity has that. But I don't do it because I wait for pullback. And the way I play is that, to give you an example, so this was CCXI chart. We were trading this intraday, right? And we got in around this level, 29 in the morning, and then we kept rolling contracts. So we got in here, we got $30 call. We sold as soon as it reached 30. We got $35 call. We sold $35 call as soon as it reached around 35. We got $40 call. So now the question is then, like, when is the best time to wait for pullback? And in my opinion, the way I look at it is theta will eat those contracts up. Okay, yeah, I know that, but it's contextual. If you're trading intraday, then it doesn't matter much if the move is in your favor, because if you're in the money, you're good. Anyway, so yeah, so what I was talking about, like, when do I wait? When do I know when to take profits? The way I look at it is 2 ways. If it's way too extended from these EMAs, I take profit. And second, if I see a huge seller on the tape, there is a 90% chance that there's a pullback coming soon. That's what happened here. There was a huge seller at $40 on the tape, and there was a big pullback, and it was much needed because it was really running whole day. So, and then you can load contracts after, like just waiting. You can wait for this level to break out and buy again out of money contract. So this is how you roll up, make profit on the way. Once you're in the money, you sell them, you buy out of money calls, and this is how you can make. Now, there are a lot of risks involved in this, because if the move goes against you, you can lose money. So the way I do it is I buy 10 contracts, I sell half, I have 5 contracts. I mean, I will sell all and I'll buy 5 more out of money. I will sell 3 more, I'll buy 2 more out of money. So as it is extending more and more, my position size is decreasing, and at this point I'm at house money. So I'm not too worried about loss because it's house money. I've already made my profit and I've already covered everything I invested. So the more extended it gets, decrease your position size. There are a lot of nuances in this. It took me a while to figure this out. I'm gonna make a long ass video on this later, but for now this is a general concept, and you're gonna keep seeing me doing this again and again. And I think a lot of people saw the power of this in the last couple of days. We have been doing this. Okay, so any questions on this one? Type in comments below. We are running out of time here. We have 15 more minutes. But I mean, yeah, we covered a lot of things. So, any questions? Yeah, I think the live stream is delayed by 10 or 15 seconds because I feel like the video is still playing on it, and like I think I need to change the latency on this one for next time. But yeah, let me know if any questions on rolling. Yeah, CCXI, yeah, that's the power of rolling. It works best intraday if there's a trend set. It doesn't work if it's a fake breakout. So that's why it's very important for you to reduce position size as you move forward. Explain ATR, come on, there are a lot of videos for that. Go look at average true range. Can you do a video on your trading view? Yeah, I can do a video on that. That would be a quick one. I'll write that down. Thoughts on gene editing stocks? Yeah, CRISPR. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the new strategy which I've been working on, so wait for that. 921 EMA. That yeah. This is default Ripster EMA. Why not just keep the contract? What's in the money? Is there more upside? Yeah, I explained this earlier. Like once you are in the money, your IV is more for a contract. Once you are in the money, your IV is more for a contract, and because of that, your net gain would be less. And I gave this example the other day for a firm. Like a firm, like we got 130 calls or something like that, and 135 calls moved 6,000%. 130 calls moved 1,000% because they were already in the money. So yeah. Delve a bit more on MGM. I'll do that weekly video for that, so we can go there. Your mind is way advanced. Thank you. Crazy gifted. Okay, thank you, Junaid. Which indicator? I think a big move is coming. Yeah, I mean, big move is coming. The chart looks great. The flow looks great. That's on my top of watch list. I told you guys. Do you share? Yeah, I share a weekly with swing list. Go watch my previous swings. All of them were in profit last. All swings. Not one miss. Yeah, I told you guys, like, swing plays are for people who cannot watch stocks all day. go use that. So it's all on the IV. Thanks. Yeah, it's all about IV. I'm gonna go make a whole beginner series. I just need more time on options, and it will be very, very simple to understand. I've seen all the videos online, and I think, they're great, but there's more work to be done in with respect to like how things can be explained better. Okay, DraftKings, yeah, I can check. I'll do chart request in a minute. Okay, yeah, man, thanks, yeah. Clove, yeah, I'll go over Clove. Do you monitor level 2? Yeah, once I'm in a trade, I monitor level 2 religiously, like Tesla, because it's full of traps. I don't want to get stuck. I'm looking for someone who's big seller. Patreon. Yeah, I'm working on all those guys. I'm just like one person doing all this. There's no other person. So, and I have a full-time job as well, which I like. I don't want to quit it yet. So it just takes time. That's why Discord is also slow. Like in the background, a lot of things happen. Like it takes a lot of time to research and everything. Yeah. Any other questions on options rolling? Because I think that's an important concept. I want to. I want you guys to understand. So. Can't volume replace IV? I have no idea what that means. Thank you, Tony. Can't volume replace IV? What does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Okay, so it looks like there's no other questions on rolling up, and we have 10-20 minutes left. So let's do some charts. Thank you. Could you do an intraday and avoiding trap videos? Sure. Let me write this down real quick. I think trading view setup and intraday has been a question, and I know I want to do a whole video on risk management, because I think a couple folks have asked me, and I really want to make a really in-depth video, because I think that one would be very, very critical. Excuse me. Can you teach how to watch intraday flow to find tickets for intraday play? Yeah. I'll do a separate section on that. That one is more advanced. When you would mind getting an options with high IV? Oh yeah, good question. When would I take options with high IV? I would take an option with high IV if there is a positive catalyst, and in that case that was CCXI. CCXI IV was around like 300-400%, but just looking at the chart and profit potential, like the reason why I took CCXI is because there's a previous structure here. This stock was $73 and it had this like a huge gap down. So I knew that there's a level set already, and I know that it can go all the way up here. There's key structure defined. So even though IV is high and I saw that whales are buying, so I was in. I didn't buy a lot of position size just because of that reason, but yeah, that was there are cases where I take high IV setups like CCXI. How to most effectively unusual whales and look at BBIG? Yeah, I don't really trade like BBIG and all those, sorry. Most effectively, it just depends on your strategy. There are a lot of ways. This is a very general question. What do you think about GREE? I have no idea what the stock is. I'll take a look though. So, okay, so I'll do chart requests. So hold on. No more questions on roll up. So let's do Clove, because a couple of folks have asked me. Okay. Yeah, so I have my chart ready here on Clove. So Clove is in news now because of the Senate proposing, not Senate, but Elizabeth Warren and who's the other guy? Sanders, I think, has suggested to decriminalize marijuana. And this news has been in the past, and that's what I was telling you guys, that small caps might come back, and I think marijuana stocks probably are the ones which would probably bounce back, and it's getting some love here. Volume was high, but I'll wait until it's above all these moving averages. Bulls need to prove this. I have been trapped in marijuana stocks for a long time. Like, not like, I don't bag hold, but I tried to play these couple times the bounces, but failed every time. So I want to see, like, look how it has rejected this so many times. This was a failed breakout, like from this all-time high anchored VWAP. So in my opinion, it will retest this level. So let's wait for the breakout of 8.5, then we will reevaluate. But for now, I'm not gonna trade this. Yeah. So what was the other one? DraftKings. DraftKings doesn't really look good. Looks like head and shoulder on weekly. Look, head, shoulder, rejected. Now there's this trend line here. So my hope is that it bounces off this trend line and continues. That would be awesome because I like this stock. But right now it's just been in this range, and usually when stocks start to sell off before earnings, that's not a good sign because that means that it's going to continue, and it looks like a bear flag. So let's hope that it continues this trend line and bounces off. Oh wait, Clove is sorry. I got confused with Clove with something else. I think I confused it with Canopy Growth. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Clove is insurance. So yeah, forget what I said about that. But again, the technical analysis still looks the same. I would wait for the break of 8.5. Yeah, sorry. What was the other one? PLTR. Yeah, PLTR, everyone's favorite, my long-term portfolio. And right now it's just like around this long trend line, and I mean, it's been like, if you draw this, it's like right on the support area, but right now it's below these moving averages. So, and I think there was this gap here which it filled. So right now, if you were to ask me, with all the good news this one has, I think there's more upside. So this was a great low risk entry point. So I will look for a break of 25 level to the upside. But I'm bullish on PLTR right now, just because there's so many catalysts here. And yeah, I mean, it was a failed breakout. I was disappointed too, but I averaged down on my stocks. I am bullish on this one. Yeah. Okay, so what else? What's the other one you guys asked for? Yeah, I know Close Health Insurance, my bad. Sorry about that. MMJ. Is this the right ticker, MMJ? It looks like it's a penny stock. Write it down again, please. MMJ. CLVR is MMJ. MMG. Not sure. MMG. What is MMG? Clover. Oh my god. Look at this. I'm sorry, it's just funny. If you're holding this, I'm sorry, but it's just like, it looks bad. It just broke out of this support. Doesn't look good. Unless, yeah. LVS. Yeah, DATS. Yeah, I wish DATS had options. It doesn't have DATS, right? It doesn't have options. I don't play non-option plays, but yeah, LVS has some bullish flow. I saw it. There were some out of the money calls for this one. It's the same as MGM, and it's in this demand zone, and it's been consolidating. So yeah, I think there's upside here. It's been in this. There's a gap here, and it's been in this like range for a long time. Like if you look at it 4 hour, it's probably in a squeeze, right? So I will wait for the break off. Let me set my alert. Actually, I was looking at this as well, but I like MGM more because MGM chart looks better. And but this has more, I think, upside potential because it's like the call IV is low right now. I did MGM again, like I already did that. Someone asked for MMJ. Could you repeat that? What's MMJ? I'm curious. Yeah, we're biotechnology, right? Yeah, I think I it was on my. Yeah, yeah, it just like gap down so huge. Um, yeah, just like every time you look at charts like that, I always revert it. But right now, it's retesting this trend line. If it goes above 838, I think 43 is fast, and that could be a great play. So looks like it's curling back up. So yeah, I think it has potential. What's the time? Okay, so last 10 minutes more. I know it's extended. I'm sorry. Pen. Yeah, pen is looking like it's consolidating here. It's in this demand zone. Previous support, previous resistance, previous support, consolidating here like a chop zone. I would wait for break of 78.5 or 70 either way. But like, how do you trade this? Like, how do you even play this one? Right now it looks like a bear flag, like kind of. So I don't know, but it is on a trend line. Like you have to say that. So, but it looks like head and shoulder as well here. Like but it's kind of in the consolidation. In my opinion, there is more upside than downside. It soaked all the supply, and if you look at the, you know, I like, you know, if you look at the anchored VWAP from the earnings, I think it needs to kind of cross this 75, say 80 area. I think other than that, there's no need to jump on this one. Does Affirm? Yeah, Affirm can go to the moon. It's giant cup. You can pour my coffee in this, and I will drink it. But there's a hole here, so. But yeah, this is institutional money. I think Affirm is like next upstart. People doubted upstart, but look, there's this gap here. It never filled this. Look, I think Affirm is next. Once it breaks and retests the all-time high, like this was upstart, the same thing I think will happen to Affirm. So we'll play Affirm a lot. The volumes on this is crazy. Like this is institutional money. It's not going anywhere. So I don't think there's more downside. I think there's a lot more upside. This can go to 250 by the end of this year. Okay, sorry. I think that's all. LVS is bad because Macau shuts down for even a single go. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Leslie. That's why I'm not playing LVS, because MGM looks better. But LVS had a good flow. I want to quickly talk about the new strategy. So sorry, charts have to wait. I think this is much better. Okay, so learnings from CCXI. Why did CCXI work? Because it had a positive catalyst, FDA, and also the flow was bullish. So can we use that again? Absolutely. This is the strategy I've been working on, which is basically look for upcoming FDA approval, maybe 2-3 months in advance. And the way I would play is right now, the IV for them would be low. Get in early. So the anticipation would increase the IV 500%, or like CCXI was 500%. And your calls would pay you 100 to 200% even before the approval. So that's one of the strategies. Another one is actually if FDA is approved, then yeah, so very simple strategy. Go to Benzinga. If you have a pro account, then you can download this data, I think, but I don't really have pro account on this one. Maybe I'll get one, but there's the FDA calendar here. You can see CCXI was there here, FDA approved. This is why we got in. So look at phase 2, phase 3. That's what matters here. Like, go through this list, see the upcoming catalyst. This is work you need to do. Just copy this list, go to unusual whales, to the live section, start typing the names. For example, CRISPR is coming up, and then start looking at the premium. You see anything unusual, keep that on your bookmark, and then notice the pattern, and then go from there. So this is this strategy in short. I'm still working on it, but I'm sharing with you guys because I want you guys to individually develop ideas on this. Look for PDUFA because look for PDUFA dates. These are critical decision dates, and around this the IV is high. So let's say that you buy 3 months out, you can make, like, that's easy money. And if someone already knows about it, you can make a lot of money, like CCXI. So this is the strategy, and I hope that some of you move forward and explore this more, and let me know on Twitter that like what you saw, potential plays and stuff like that. Okay, so what else? Okay, so I think that is it, folks. Wasn't that bad. I think live stream went well. Sorry for that buffering issue. I think I will research why that was happening. Yeah, there's a newsfeed as well. Yeah, so use that. If you go here to, where's this news section? I always have it up. There's so much here, man. Like, it's just like, there's so much, man. But yeah, I mean, like, you can find where the news. I cannot find it. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired, but there's a lot, guys. Like, there's this like stock screener. I haven't even covered the alerts and dark pools. I have like, I don't know, like 30 or 40 strategies, but I'm trying to perfect my current one. So, who licks Windows? I think there's this someone who does. Okay, so someone asked if you see a big order come in on the live flow for a ticker 1 million plus for that week expiration, would you also buy calls? Yeah, most probably I will look for the catalyst. I'll look at the chart. I'll look at the overall bullish flow. Then I will buy, because sometimes it's a spread. Sometimes someone might have sold the call and bought it back again. So you just have to do the research again. It's not like you cannot just blindly do buy calls. Great stream. Thank you. Wish I could afford Amazon. Yeah, I know. Amazon needs to split. Rippy work as hard as Whale. No, Whale is the hardest. Yeah. Thank you though. Thank you for these comments. Okay, so I have five more minutes. If you guys want to ask another questions, let me know. I know a couple of you had some questions about, like, in general about me, my trading journey. I'm gonna make a separate video on that later. I just need to get some time. That is not really relevant to our learning, so I'm keeping it in the backlog because right now focus is on learning. So okay, yeah, let me know any questions. Final 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna get some dinner. I don't see any questions on the Do you short straddle? Sometimes I do it. Yeah. Yeah. So I know about a lot of strategies with straddles and spreads and stuff. I just have used them in the past, and I think the reason why I don't play them is because I know that the risk is limited, but I just feel like the upside potential gets limited too. And my current strategy is working for me, so why would I change? Thank you. Yeah, live live stream format. You guys like it? Thank you. Yeah, I would like to kind of focus more on learning as well. A great source. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did you go over PLTR? Yes, I went over PLTR. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Any tips you are sending me on Twitter, through the Twitter tips, my plan is to add 100% on top of that, and in December, before Christmas, to feed homeless, or give it to a charity, depending on how my schedule is. But that's the plan with the tips. So thank you for tips, and just know that this is my plan with the tips. Do I scalp the open? Yes, I do. But most 60% of the time they're losing trades. When are you doing another live stream? Maybe 2 weeks, I guess. It just depends, what comes up and content and stuff. But yeah, you guys have been awesome, on Twitter. I'm so grateful. It's been like 4 weeks. I have 4,000 followers. It's just crazy. I just never imagined that, to be honest. And I always kept to myself my strategies, because I always thought that, like, I'm not going to help others, or maybe people won't really like it. But it seems like you guys are liking it. I always thought there's so many people out there, but it seems like on FinTwit, half of this stuff is just like fluff, and people just scamming people. I don't like that. So that's why I started doing this. The chat's delayed. Yeah, I know. 10-15 seconds. Great, man. Thank you. Do you also? I'm working on Discord. We need more drippies like you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on that. Me and my girlfriend. Making money is sexy. I know. It is. It's fun. Okay. So if you guys don't have any other questions, stop loss percentage advice for options on small account. Yeah, this is a topic I want to cover in depth, but for stop loss for small accounts, I would say 10% credit. Where you come from? I have moved a lot all my life, but I was born in India, and right now I am in US, but I literally move a lot. Content is awesome. Thank you so much, guys and girls. Keep it real. You really have, really. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, some of you have been so helpful. It's just such a great community. Like, I feel like Drippy Gang is one of the best communities I've seen on FinTwit. You guys ask amazing questions. You guys are like, always on top of things, and I see a lot of people want to learn. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, like, this is amazing. Yeah, I know this live stream went a little bit ahead, like out of schedule, but due to trail loss. Okay, so there are a couple questions coming up now. Let's take final 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes more. If you are up on an option contract, take profits. Do you set your new stop? Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I move my profits, and I would recommend new traders. Like, so this is a psychological thing, right? You buy a contract, but you are afraid of putting a stop loss at break even. Why? Because you bought it at the wrong place. Buy at absolute support, and then put the stop 180 or below it. That's it. Just couple cents below if you're a new trader. It's okay. PET is fine. Cash account is fine. Tomorrow is another day. Look at my daily recap. We have been making money almost every day. There are other plays every day. Don't worry. And what's that? How old am I? Secret. I'm not a teenager. Just to say, I'm above 25 and below 35. But I've seen some shit. Thank you. Lovely comments. Okay, so yeah, do I trail loss? I've done that in the past. With the problem with that is like if I'm playing weekly, the options are so volatile that you can get stopped out and it moves again. Like it can move in your favor after that. So I just like do manual stop. I look at the price action and I try to buy it at absolute support levels. Toothbrush life. Love your name, by the way. Toothbrush life. Okay. What else? 2 more minutes, guys. Repeats Max from Twitter. Hi, Max. How's it going? Yeah, bro. I'm sorry that you were in loss, but I'll get you there. I'll get you in positive. And I like the way you had your rules set up. That's really awesome. Keep it up. And guys, I remember each and every one of you, like whoever posts the questions and regularly interact with me. Like I have it, like I'm blessed that you guys regularly interact, and I know folks who are struggling. I know individual stories, so don't think that I'm not paying attention. You know, like my goal is to also make connections here. It's not just like providing information. What does drippy mean? Excellent question. That's the best question. Drippy means so much drip that it's dripping. Yeah, like, yeah, I wanted to make Drip Too Hard because I like that song and I just think like, I just relate to it, but I think Drippy was cool too. Grandfather into 4 years, still learning. Wow, look at that. Amazing, wow. Do you set limit at support level or wait if it hits and click button buy ASAP? I buy it. I try to buy it in level like I'll buy 10% of my position. Let's say I want to buy 10 contracts, I'll buy 1. I'll see if it goes dip below, I'll buy more. If it goes up, I average up. But if it drops below my support, I get out. I don't buy 10 contracts at one level. So help each other. Yeah, guys, let's all help each other. Thank you, Romello. Thank you. Yeah, NYC. I love NYC. I love pizza. I love food. Yeah. I think someone asked me like when am I going to do face reveal. Like I'm not against it, but like I'm just like waiting. There's no need right now. Sounds better with, yeah, I know. Yeah, someone commented on my YouTube that lol, his accent is weird. I'm like why does it matter? Like it's all about learning. Come on. I don't even know what that means. Caress me down. Okay, guys, it was great talking to you. What an amazing folks, and great live stream. I was expecting bad things to happen, but it didn't. So everything great. If you have high conviction in a play and it drops slightly, do you add to leverage down or just get out of the play? Yeah, I mean, it just depends, like if it's below my support area, I'm gonna get out and wait. But I can, like, if it's coming down towards my support, it depends on how much my position size is. It's NYC rats. Do it at 10k followers. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. If I go at this rate, I'll be at 10k followers by end of this year. So yeah. Okay, guys, gonna end the stream now. Have a great rest of your weekend. Tomorrow, I think I will make weekly setups video, and exciting stuff coming soon. Lot of information coming your way. Just watch out. Lots to learn. I have so much content in my mind. It will blow your mind. There's no one out there doing this stuff. I know that for a fact. All right. Thank you.